Hello everybody, welcome back to Succeed with Omid. Today I'm going to be talking about the ribs and the unfortunate fact that they're called a cage. They're not a cage. If you look at the anatomy textbooks, they unfortunately have them described as something that's very rigid and stuck in place, and there's a lot of connective tissue that just glues them there. But that's not the case. It's not that we want the ribs moving a ton, but the idea is that they should, when we breathe in, and I'm going to visually show you this with a pull-up bar behind me, when we breathe in, they should extend out to the side and externally rotate a little bit, a mild elevation up. And this allows peristalsis to start happening. The diaphragm gets to be able to move, the heart takes a much better beat underneath a rib that's not caging the heart in. And most importantly, the lungs can expand because the ribs made move for them. And then likewise, when we exhale, there is a natural kyphosis that happens, this flexion and compression that happens in the ribs. I've been doing this for a few months now, really trying to open up my ribs quite a bit. It's not necessarily something you want to do every single day to try and get them to move. But the idea is that if they cannot move because we've been stuck in a chair the whole time, the last 30 years of our career, and we really can't move very well, it's probably one of the reasons we can't breathe. And in my opinion, it's also one of the reasons that a lot of people are on medications that they don't need. Your blood pressure is not high because you have a bad heart. It's because your heart can't beat properly against a tight rib that's holding you down. That's not medical advice. Don't sue me. That's just my personal opinion on things. But it's worth trying this out to see if opening up the chest a lot more and breathing deeper might make you healthier. So, here's the exercise. I just call it breathing hang, or hang breath, just because I'm a rocket scientist and my name moves very well. But all I'm going to do is just hang here, not all the way, most of the weight's in my legs, but just enough to get the slack out of the system until there's not really much left. So, hips are engaged, abs are engaged, there's no slack in the lats anymore. All I'm going to do is breathe as big in and out as I can. And you'll see that external rotation, elevation, and expansion. And as I exhale, that natural depression and kyphotic curve in my back. Now, while I keep hanging here, one of the byproducts of doing this is that I'm getting longer. I don't know if the video is picking it up as well as I'd like it to. But when the ribs actually get to move, they move along the spine in the back. They don't necessarily attach directly at a bone. There is cartilage in between. And when those bones start to be able to move around and get displacement or distraction or traction in between them because of this breath, I'm actually getting mobilization out of my spine, and my lats are getting longer and longer and longer because my spine is getting decompressed. So a couple more breaths here now that I've gotten even longer. My belly button's all the way out of the picture now, and I'm really long, so I'm going to stand up. At first, if you're not used to doing pull-ups or hangs of any kind, your limit is going to be your hands and your grip. Your fingers are not going to be able to hold onto that bar very well. You can also try this in the different grips. I was doing it in a neutral grip. You can do this in a wide grip to get more of the lower lats and the spread out of the arms. This will also stretch your chest more. You can even do this in a turned-in grip here and try and stretch through the arms a lot more to the upper ribs more than the lower ribs, if that makes sense. But either way, really practicing stuff like this on a regular basis, get the rib cage to stop caging you so much, being able to breathe effortlessly. And last thing I'll say in this particular, woo-woo phase of my training, if you're having trouble with energy and you're reaching for coffee and tea and all that kind of stuff to get that extra caffeine, chances are your breath is actually not happening as efficiently as we want it to. And the problem is breathing more, trying to take in a bigger breath won't relax you at all. It won't give you more energy because it takes a lot of energy to push against tight ribs that a lot of people have. And if we can make it effortless because the ribs themselves are actually stretched. Those intercostal muscles, they're called, actually are able to expand and contract with the breath. Energy starts coming a lot easier, digestion happens easier, the heart beats easier and more efficient, and you'll live longer and have a better life. All right? That's it for me today. I hope this information was very helpful to you guys. Otherwise, as always, have a happy and healthy rest of your day. I'll talk to you next time.